You don't want to say it while live and everything. No. What was that arc? Uh, 140 gigs. 200. Like TF2. That's true. TF2 is fucking massive, man. Let me check. Team Fortress 2. Interesting. It only says space required 23 gigabytes, but I remember it was like over 270 gigabytes initially. Maybe they finally compressed it because they'd been adding updates for years and not compressing any files, essentially. So the game was just fucking bloated. They still ran fine, but it just took up so much space. Oh, it's like a Paradox game. Right. Are we streaming now? Oh. Hold on. Hey everyone. I did watch it, yes. And it triggered a debate amongst my friend group. It was the weirdest conversation that we had after that video. Okay. Let me share my screen. Not those ones. This one. I'm going to try and draw this lady with a gun. I have friends who own guns. I wouldn't mind to, but it's too expensive at the moment. Way too much hassle, and I don't have my own house. I live in a rental, and in Victoria, at least, if you want a gun, you need a gun safe that is bolted to the floor. So that's not happening. And I can't bolt anything to the floor here. It's just a dumb. It's just a really stupid law. Like what bolting it to not only like putting it in a safe, fine. Locking it, fine. But like bolting it to the floor, it's like why? Why that? Just more arbitration to discourage more people work. To be honest, hit him. Okay, how do we go about this? The hardest part is always the first initial part. Or you're trying to pull something out of nothing, don't you think? Do you agree? And once you have something to work with. Unless you're one of those god tiers that you can just go straight in without having to do any structure lines. I want to be like that one day. Why can't I do that? Fuck that. I'm proven wrong. I'm gonna show 'em all. Interesting. What? You got a copyright claim? What the hell? Well, on the recent streams or on a different video? What the fuck? Is someone fucking with you, or is it because you've played, or you've only played the royalty-free fantasy stuff? That's wild. And people just like to make memes. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bro, that video had like 2 views. Yeah, I know. I hate the fucking automation. It's so bad. It should just there should just be a complaint system. If someone files a claim, then you go through it. rather than a bot automatically taking shit down. It's so stupid. I don't know. I feel like it creates more work for all parties because people manually claim videos as well. Yeah, but people just claim. Yeah, people can find that and claim. I see what you mean, but I feel like the bot creates more damage than it fixes. I pull the eh, eh, eh. Eh, eh. What's his house like? Makes sense. Found any damning things in his house? Any weird hobbies or collections? I don't know what a clothes horse is. What's a clothes horse? What does it do? A clothes dryer? Clothes rack? Clothesline? Was it outside or inside? Yeah, clothes rack. Drying rack. It's weird, man. That don't make no sense to me. Don't make no sense at all. Get him in here. Get him. He can do some drawing. See, Billy can have some fun. Open up MS Paint. Ugh. Oh man. Bum, bum. I mean, I have 3 because we don't have a closed line outside, but you should call it a clothes rack or a drying rack. I haven't heard of it being called a clothes horse before, I must say. But don't you call them palmies up there? We call it a palma. I think it's pretty fucking weird calling it a palmy. It sounds like doesn't make any sense, bro. Oh, you do call it a palma then? No, I said a palma. I guess you're too far down south. Because I know in Sydney they call it a palmy. Chicken palmy. We call it a palma because we are correct. One of the few times when Victoria is correct. Chicken palma. Well, this is the one of those kinds. It is. It's happened sometimes, you know. Buddy. We might be clown capital over here, but every once in a while a clown does something right. It's like a broken clock. Every once in a while the clown does something right. What puppet? Why are you looking at a puppet? Oh, the Borg puppet. Oh, gosh. Three of 9, huh? 3 of 12. Yeah. I get why it's called 3 of 12 now, by the way. I understand the joke. Initially, I just thought it was a name, but I get it. I made the connection. Because do you know 7 of 9 in Star Trek? It's Borg name. Borg name. Thankful. I see. I don't really know too much about Star Trek myself, so. I mean, I can see that it's a good show. I can understand that it's good. Probably, if I watch like Next Generation, I'll probably like it. I just haven't. Really controversial take. So I mean, Next Generation is pretty old. It's like 80s, 90s. The original was what, like 1950s, 60s sci-fi? What do you mean? Yeah, that wasn't the original Star Trek. Western? Yeah, I got you. Have you seen Unforgiven? Probably the best Western movie I've ever seen. I'd highly recommend you watch it. Got Clint Eastwood. Starring Clint Eastwood, directed and written by Clint Eastwood. Hmm. I know a thing or two about lips. I got some myself. Pay attention to all this cloth and stuff. Us. You had to. Huh? What the fuck? What? I'm gonna ask you to just stop right there. I think this is the kind of knowledge that I can live without, you know. You said you still got work to do. Wake up, samurai, we got a city to burn. Why though? I'm afraid that's the wrong opinion. I'm gonna have to take you to the opinion jail. I'm gonna call the opinion police. You can't just have illegal opinions like that, my man. This is Australia after all. You're not allowed illegal opinions. Opinions can be illegal. I don't know if the country does, but Victoria has pseudo ones. And they're definitely gonna push them through because they're retarded. I mean, they banned public display of a swastika because they're stupid and they don't understand how free speech works. So for any reason, to display a swastika in public setting, that's like $10,000 or jail time. And it was exactly, and it's not like Melbourne was having a problem with people running around with the swastika. Like it wasn't that at all. They just did it as this dumb gesture to appease their fucking. They called it like a historic moment. And it's like, bro. And I remember the reason that one of the ministers gave was like, "Oh, we want to do this to reflect the current changing times we're now in." And it's like, that's literally the argument for free speech, where you don't arbitrarily ban things and symbols and speech and expressions because times change and different social things have different stigmas. So you don't punish people for that. So fucking. I'm very good at drawing shoes, I'll admit. I think I'm unironically better at drawing bare feet than shoes because I draw bare feet more often. No, not because of a fetish thing. It just so happens when I do studies, I don't have any shoes on. Maybe I should do more where they are wearing shoes. Oh yeah, like figure drawing, life drawing. Be cool. It's fun. I did it in uni, but only one lesson. It's a good break from my other degree, which I fucking hated. Huh? It rained yesterday. Oh, man. I'm like super tensed up from work yesterday. Nothing. It was just a regular day. Be the death of me, that job. I work inside at least, but still. The back dock is not air conditioned, so that's where I work. Nice. Me. Yeah, me. Let's see. Why? Don't say that. Maybe they respect that you've got a critical eye for storytelling. And you say it like it is, you know? I've got some writing projects that I'm working on, except I haven't showed anyone fucking anything. But I will. Maybe I'll show you, Cal. Who knows? Forward to it. Oh. To be honest, same. Uh, oh, that you're doing. Are you trying to draw what you're seeing, or are you kind of morphing it into a? I'd say try to avoid your style and just try to, or what you're trying to say, and try to do it as accurately as possible. What might help is rather than trying to think about drawing the eyes, just look at the picture and just draw that shape and try to get the image of an eye out of your head while you do it. That might. Mm-hmm. No. Because of your thing. Mm. I mean, I sort of feel that, but like it's just me being tired, and I just drink a fuck ton of coffee. Another thing that might help is to, I mean, this is the advice everyone says, but it's kind of true, is, you know, rather than trying to draw a complicated shape that is an eye or a nose or whatever, try to, make it a pyramid or a circle first, like a sphere, and then sort of build off that 3D shape. Next time, why not now? Oh, yeah, that works. Have you heard of the music group Enigma? No, an honest question. Enigma is I get what do they make? It's sort of like new age house from like the 90s, and it's got a real 90s aesthetic to it. Not generally my kind of music, but it's quite atmospheric, and I find it very good for something like drawing because it's not very distracting, very relaxing. I'll link you a song, or it's all very copyrighted. It's not really gym music, but okay. In video games. Ah, video games. Sometimes I wish I could just play my video game and be happy. But it's not enough anymore. No, it's the forced ideological aspect of it. That's the part that's nice. Oh yeah. Yep. That's a cursed opinion. I'm afraid you're not allowed these opinions. We're gonna have to take them from you. No, you're allowed to like things. You're only allowed to like the correct things. Cyberpunk is not the correct thing. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I'd called Cyberpunk like years ago. I was like, I don't think this game's gonna be very good, guys. It's got all the signs. And my friends were like, nah, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the next game. It's gonna be the big game of the year. And you know, then we got what we got. No, when Cyberpunk came out, I think Last of Us 2 got Game of the Year, and it was fucking stupid. Hate that game so much. Nothing but fucking try. Well, no, Cyberpunk was lined up against Hades and Doom Eternal. And, Last of Us was. And Last of Us came in and swept everything. Yep. So at least Doom Eternal should have won Best Soundtrack, but it didn't. Last of Us did. It does, but you know, and it's not a bad soundtrack, but it's more so it was the industry going "fuck you" to the audience. The industry picked its game already, regardless of what it was going to be. And Ghost of Tsushima was also up there as well, if anything, and that one Gamers Pick, like the Gamers Pick of the Year. If anything, I think that was the game that probably should have won. Maybe. Well, Hades was there when that's an indie game. That was just an indie game that blew up. Yeah. I'm actually much more into playing AA games now. I realize there's a lot of good shit there, like Divinity and Really Dawn and stuff. If you're getting burned out on the indie scene, because I used to just play a lot of indie games, but then even the indie games are just a lot, and some of them get real samey because they see like, oh, Hollow Knight's really good. Let's just all make Hollow Knight. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I really like Souls-like Metroidvanias, and I think they're fucking really solid core concept for a game, but when people try to make Hollow Knight instead of trying to make their own distinct game, then you have a bit of an issue, I feel. You start having the correct opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. There might be legitimate labor movements that are against AI, for like workers' rights. Yeah. Well, like it said, if you just follow it, purely from a capitalist business perspective, it's fine. That'll be the end result. But maybe something like this does require some government to step in and say we need. I feel like it might fuck the economy because you got all those people that don't have a job. Mm. Drugs and crime. I don't know if Cyberpunk's plot is the fault of AI though. Yeah. Well, no, Cyberpunk's just a classic cyberpunk setting of, essentially corporate-run countries where the government is totally bought out by the corporations, multi-conglomerates, and they run everything essentially, which is a very real interpretation of what could happen. Government and corporations working hand in hand to suppress people. That's happening, yeah, to an extent. I mean, governments are using corporations to circumvent, freedom of speech laws and stuff. It's like, oh, well, the government can't persecute you for speaking your mind. However, companies can just, not do business with you, and, you can't receive any payments. Your bank doesn't want to work with you anymore. Shit like that. Like, I hate it. Anyway, enough of that shit. We're here to do some drawing, man. Honestly, I get it. I hate it too. However, these kind of studies from a photo is your best bet at improving. And then, actually making your non-realistic style, if you want to develop one, look good. However, I fucked this eye up. Why? What do you mean? What's the difference? Anybody out there feeling something? Okay. Okay. It's just us now. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. It's interesting looking over at the stream and seeing me 15 seconds ago. Fuck around. Fucked. Or at least the likeness is. It will. One of these days. How so? That is a little strange, not gonna lie. What's the problem, boss? Uh huh. And oh, I see. Like to rock. It's true. Turok is just a shooter. Nothing more, nothing less. Guys are giving me a damn headache. Got me proportions a little wrong. That's a bit better. I don't know if you know the technique of you know, where you measure the proportion with your thumb and pencil, that shit. I know you've seen, you know, the classic depictions of the artist behind the easel and the life drawing, and he like puts his thumb out or like the pencil out to like measure the uh the model, and then he measures that to his drawing. Okay. Um, I mean, doesn't work for me. Well, even when doing on paper, I just sort of coped and seized until I got it right. Maybe they had something. Maybe they really meant something when they do it. You know. Maybe it was important, but I just ignored it. No, I was just lazy. I don't know. Kind of different for everyone. Some people are really good at forward facing and only do forward facing. Some people always do, you know, the 3/4, and some people do side on, side on. Side facing, or the 3/4 face. It really just depends on what you used to draw a lot back when you were just drawing for fun rather than really trying to draw. Personally, back in my younger years, I used to only draw like side-on things with like creatures and stuff. What I used to draw all the time, and yeah, and it showed. So it was essentially, if I tried to move anything around, I just could not. So I just drew it from the side, and it was always flat. So if I do two lizards, it'll be look like it was if I drew a lizard, it'll be from the side, and it'll look like it'll be standing on two legs rather than having four, because I didn't know how to draw the other legs on the other side, so I just pretended they weren't there. So when it came to drawing faces, I was better at drawing faces from the side initially, because I drew things from the side all the time. So yeah, I feel like it just depends on whatever you used to draw a lot of. Or just whatever comes naturally, I guess. I think we're starting to rescue it a bit. Or are you trying to get it? You hate that you have to try and get it symmetrical. Wait. Or are you currently only streaming my footage rather than... I mean... the proceeds. That's what I mean. A whole one viewer. That's me. I'm the biggest fan. Well, then we'd have 6 viewers, but that is not the case. Mm. I think that's okay. Oh, I have to draw a gun. I forgot. What? No, well, you can look what you... Yeah, I showed you the picture. It's the woman in the chair with the dress. Yeah. What else did you think I was doing? What does that mean? I'm confused. Yeah. I unfortunately am not very fast at all. Something I need to work on. So I'll probably just be only drawing this for the entire spin. What if I told you that beholder that from last week? You remember? I haven't colored it yet. Well, to be honest, I haven't been working on it at all. I've just been doing studies, and it's just been sitting there. And I just look at it and go, I'll do this instead. I've pretty much been doing what we're doing right now all week, just doing photo studies of real people. Yeah, I gotcha. That was me when I caught the flu and then COVID into the next weeks. I was so sick that I just didn't do anything, and I wanted to do things. So the flu was worse than COVID. Say that much. No, okay, that's fair. Yeah, now you're starting to get it. It's looking a lot more three-dimensional now. Ugh. The gun is not straight. I have failed. If I told you I'm not someone that draws guns that often. However, last year when I had opened up commissions, a lot of people made me draw guns. And then I got a lot better at drawing guns. And I started to enjoy drawing guns. I used to hate drawing guns. Well, the thing is, I used to draw a lot of, like, back in the day. I used to draw a lot of like I said, creatures and monsters. So I got better, more akin to drawing like biological, natural stuff than like robots and tech stuff. So I tend to just naturally try to avoid it because I didn't enjoy it as much. But that has since changed. I'm just gonna keep that thing. I think I don't know. Maybe I should have put the gun on a different layer. I'm not drawing this on one layer like an idiot. Why? Because I'm stupid. That's why. What I should do is this. What? I'm looking at the footage and I'm just thinking this is why I should probably never ever post a time lapse video. Ever. Because I'm constantly zooming out and in like a fucking maniac. Give someone a fucking schizophrenic, psychedelic, an epileptic attack. That's the word I wanted. Like a damn schizo. Well, I remember like back in like early YouTube because I would watch like time lapse videos and stuff of people drawing all the time, and then I remember there would be like low tier ones With the artists, some of them were good, but most of them weren't that good. And they would zoom and like rotate the image all the time, right, to get their wrist. And I get that, like rotating to get the wrist movements. However, it'll be in time lapse, so the the video would look like this as you're like going, ooh, like zooming in and spinning around. There's like with like your trance music or your spring in your step look, uh, royalty free music, and it's the video is going spinning around. And I'm like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get anything from your drawing process from this? Jesus Christ. And then it'll be like, bam, done. And you're like, wow, look at that. I remember thinking I wanted to make, back in the day, like an ironic drawing time lapse video where it was something like that, just to make, like, taking the piss out of those ones, but I don't know, I never got around to it. Decided against it, I guess. You know, something that was funny to me. But yeah. But I do zoom in and like, but I like never rotate the page at all. When you spin the page like that. Oh, because you don't do it either. Well, I get why people do it. Because you're trying to get the best, arm or wrist movement out of that stroke. Uh, Sort of same. I've only ever rotated the page if I have to like draw something upside down, and I don't really know how to do it upside down, so I just turn the page upside down so I can just draw it normally. Yeah, that way I don't have to think upside down. I can just think normally. Minimize my damn thing. But I zoom in all the time because I think it's because when I was just doing sketchbook drawings, I had a very small desk, so I never rotated my sketchbook that much. I just never had to rotate the drawing a lot. Everyone has a different way of doing things. However, I fucking zoom in all the fucking time. Maybe I should stop doing that. Because I became my own joke. You know? If I make a time lapse, it'll just be zooming in and out. People have an epileptic fit and froth out. Okay. What next? Gun or hands? Decide for me, cow. Gun? Okay, I'll draw the gun. Or the hands. The two things I've been putting off. Guns and hands. Well, no. But, I've been putting it off because I have to use my brain a little harder for those. I try to save as many brain cells as possible each day. It feels like that. It might be a thing, I don't know, getting older, but I'm not that old, so it's kind of concerning. I feel like I forget things, or I like forget words as I'm speaking a lot often than I used to. So it could be a result of not really going out that much anymore. Staying inside drawing all the time. My window's next to me, but the blinds are closed because the sun will come in and make it too hot in here. Well, yeah, it's mild outside. However, the sun hits the window and comes right in, so it'll turn my room into a hot box. Well, so is mine because I've got the blind shut. Right. It's less. No, I would say it's the wrong way to think about it. It's not about like understand how realism works. It's more so um understanding just the the foundational principles of drawing. So once you got those, it doesn't really matter what kind of style you're doing. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I understand. It's the the autism. Um, I see. Well, the best advice I can see, that's part of the legwork you got to put in to try and shore up those weaknesses. I don't think it will if you just keep drawing faces. Soon it'll get easier, and soon I feel like you'll start to, if you keep doing enough, you'll start to enjoy drawing faces, and you'll start starting with them and wanting to draw more because you feel more confident in them. That's what I mean, though. Since I'm on the topic, since what I'm doing right now, if you would get a gun license, what kind of gun do you want to get? Yeah, well, um, yeah, you can only get rifles and shotguns. I think the highest tier thing you can get is a semi-auto rifle. I think, but it's not. You can't get an AR-15 here, no. Really? Oh, can you get an SLR? SLR. It's the SLR is the rifle that was standard addition to the Anzacs during the Vietnam War. I wonder if they're legal here, because I think they're cool. But otherwise, one that is legal that I would want if I would get a gun here would be a break action shotgun because they're really cool. When which one, the SLR or the break action? That one. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, actually, I think the SLR is definitely banned because yeah, okay. Well, no, you might be able to get a. Well, then why would you be able to get an AR-15? Well, yeah. Okay, so I just looked up the wiki page. Turns out that there's no way you can get an SLR here because um, it turns out that all military issued automatic and semi-auto rifles are banned, but also an SLR, this exact model, was the gun used in the Port Arthur massacre. So there's no way. There's no way. No, it happened, but the knee-jerk response to it was way too much. It was the wrong kind of thing to go about it. Everyone thought that they were doing the right thing at the time, and really, it was all just a knee-jerk reaction. Well, it sucks because gun crime in general was already on an all-time low at that point, so it wasn't really a issue of gun violence. Well, there was a shootout that in a gang that happened in southeastern Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. From here, yeah, there you go. It's funny that. Yeah. Turns out criminals, commit crimes regardless. You can get that. Yep. I saw one. Um, when we went to the gun store before we went to the property to do the shooting, so you needed to pick up some ammo. We saw all the guns that they had. Then you can get. There was a LichenField there. It's pretty cool. Yep. You can get one of those things. Yeah, they were all going upwards of like $1,000 to $2,000 in the gun store to buy one. Well, and there's a lot of bureaucracy you got to deal with as well. Like you got to do safety checks, and you have to check in with register with a club and an association and all this other shit. Be a big bit. Be, yeah. Government say no. The UK has far less stricter gun laws than we do, believe it or not. In the UK, you can just buy a crossbow. Here, crossbows are banned. You, you can just buy a compound crossbow in the UK with like, you just walk in and buy one. Pretty funny. Well, there's no crossbow crime, but it's knife crime, yeah. No one's running around with crossbows. The thing is, the reason why there's more crime used with handguns and knives is because you can conceal them. You can't conceal a big rifle or a crossbow. Well, yeah. But generally, if you're walking around with a crossbow, people tend to notice that, or like an AR-15. They're expensive. What? No, you could put it in your blazer, man. Trust me, I went to a school where the uniform you had a blazer. You could have hide all sorts of shit in there, man. What are you looking for? Male? Ew. All that. Interesting face. No naps when you're suffering. I suffer in silence. That's fair. Mm. Oh yeah, I'm fully aware. Yeah. See ya.